Hey, watch fans, Brad from Brent Miller Jewelers. And today I have a simple question for you. Breitling Superocean Heritage on my left or just the Superocean on my right? Both of these 42 millimeter models. Let's get case dimensions out of the way first on both of these, and then we'll go over some similarities and differences, and some of those will present themselves going over the specs. 41.9 millimeters diagonally across the case of the Superocean Heritage compared to 42, so almost dead even. I measured them from the 2 to the 8 across the case. Both of them true to size across the bezel. The bezel sits pretty flush on the case. So again, 41.9 on the Superocean Heritage and 42 on the Superocean. Crystals, slight discrepancy from 3 to 9 across the Sapphires crystals, and even 32 millimeters on the Superocean Heritage. And I had 32.7, so a little bit wider crystal. Part of that's probably due to a little bit thinner bezel, ceramic bezel inserts here on the Superocean compared to the Superocean Heritage here, but both ceramic bezels there. And then we get 14.5 case thickness on the Heritage versus 12.7, so about 2 millimeters thinner on the Superocean. And then 51.3 lug tip to lug tip. We have more of a straight kind of lug, longer lug to lug, a little bit more curved here, just a little bit, I guess, more curved downward in my opinion, but shorter, 47.3, more compact on the Superocean model. Both of them 22 millimeter lug widths, both of them tapering to 18 at the last link, and then both of them 20 millimeters at the clasp. So let's talk about the clasps. The Superocean Heritage still has the non-on-the-fly or micro-adjustability. However, you have, I think I counted 6 fixed positions within the clasp, so plenty of micro-adjustability inside the clasp. You don't have the holes on the outside if you like a more clean aesthetic on your clasp. And then the bracelet itself, you do have very short links, removable by screws. So you should be able to get a pretty good fit. Plenty of removable links as well, you can see here on both sides. So that is the bracelet on the Heritage. The bracelet on the newer Superocean got updated. You have a little bit nicer clasp in my opinion. If you're just taking a look at them aesthetically. Again, the older clasp, the newer one here. You still have, well, I shouldn't say still, you have the flip clam style clasp closing on this Heritage model versus the twin trigger deployant here on the newer updated clasp, as well as micro adjustability on this by pressing down here. I have some tape on this here from the manufacturer, but pressing down here allows you to slide that in and out. So on the fly micro adjustability. And then you do have removable links. While not as small, you do have a half link here, and they are removable by screws as well. But again, that micro adjustability on the fly is what most people care about nowadays. So let's see. Next thing, difference, both solid stainless steel case backs. However, the Superocean model here is the B17 movement, only 38 hours of power reserve. So in all likelihood, a modified ETA, maybe a Salida, does not specify what that is at this point in time. However, you do get the in-house Kinesi B20 movement in this model here. So 70 hours of power reserve. So nearly double the power reserve. Moving further along, you get 300 meters of water resistance versus 200 meters of water resistance. However, you have a slimmer profile case with more water resistance, which most folks are going to be a fan of. You do have signed screw-down crowns on both of these. I do prefer the polished and brushed look of the Superocean compared to the all-polished here of the Superocean Heritage. So again, some differences, obviously. And then the weight, very close, very similar in weight. The Superocean here is a little bit heavier, 173.3 grams compared to 170.6 on the Superocean Heritage. If you want your date complication, the Heritage model is the only way to go. Down here at 6 o'clock, no date on the Superocean on my right. So again, you know, some folks love this mesh bracelet. It is very comfortable. Others will prefer the more kind of 3-link oyster style here. Although you do have to tolerate those PCLs if you don't like your polished center links. You know, the mesh may be an alternative for you there as well. So plenty of similarities aesthetically. You can see the handset's different. I mean, a lot of differences between these models, this being more vintage inspired. However, if you're not familiar with this was inspired by the slow motion model of, I believe, the 60s. So vintage inspired as well. So again, both similarities and differences is all I can say. You know, I think tough choice between the two for sure. Last but not least, let's go over retail pricing on these. $5,200 here on the Superocean versus $5,550 on the Superocean Heritage. Bezel action, I'm going to give to the Superocean. Definitely a better audible noise. Hopefully that's coming through here. Better feel to me as well. So let me throw these on wrist real quick. Again, if you're not familiar or not a fan of the channel, I have a 6 3/4 inch wrist. I will say for me, both at 42, the lug to lug, I really appreciate the shorter compact lugs on the new Superocean. I do like the case thinness as well. But if you like a larger watch, you like a little bit chunkier feel, then the Superocean Heritage is certainly something to consider. Especially if you have, I'd say, a 7+ inch wrist. You may be more of a fan of a larger feel on wrist. Again, to each their own. And last but not least, I will hit the lights for you quick. Again, Superocean Heritage on my left, Superocean, better lume, on my right. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Which one of these do you prefer? As always, if there's anything I can do for you, shoot me an email, brad@brentlmiller.com. Thanks for viewing, and we'll see you in the next video.